but Loner, he does not like the pressure, and this is going to be the most pressure-filled match of his life here.
All right. Guys, make some noise if you want HuK to win. And of course, do we have any Loner fans in the audience? Loner from China. All right.
And it looks like we are going directly into game one between HuK and Loner. Second round of the winner's bracket on Scrap Station. Artosis, what are your thoughts on a PBT on this map?
Well, it seems like Terran can really harass Protoss on this map. It's just so close for the medevac dropship to go around. Banshees, of course, quite useful. But what I really like on this map, Day 9, and tell me if I'm wrong, but Banshee timing attacks.
Banshees, huge numbers of Banshees going on, and of course, there's the cheers for the player.
Here is Lone over here at the right, well, sharing the right to the bottom side of the map. Lone over here from China. Over here, HuK at the top left. Now, this is a one-on-one map. Don't be confused. These locations over here, these are all other expansions they can take. This expansion, the farthest away and possibly the most valuable. So a lot of times you see players hide expos over here. Let me talk a little bit more about the architecture of this map because it's quite interesting. The ramp is larger, which means it's harder to stop an attack going up the ramp. Also, there are destructible rocks. Here makes a path to here, to the base. So if they knock these rocks out, they can be very close to each other. But in this case, if they don't knock that out, they got to go all the way around the map.
Absolutely. This map starts off feeling very large, feeling very comfortable for everyone, but as the game progresses with those close air distances, and especially once those destructible debris get knocked down, it is extremely intense, and it looks like that first probe by HuK, characteristic of HuK, is harassing right off the bat.
Now, I'm interested to see what Loner's going to do here. He hasn't gotten a gas yet, and just making a single barracks. There are a lot of openers that you can do as an aggressive Terran in this matchup, but he does go ahead and get the gas. So definitely going to see some tech from Loner this game.
Now remember, SCVs, they don't heal like probes. Probes at least have the shields. So every time your SCV takes damage, which is of course what HuK wants, the SCV then has to turn around because he's not going to heal. So this messes up just very slightly, but at this level of play, it's actually quite impactful. It messes him up just slightly, slowing him down here. Meanwhile, over here at the Protoss base, we see that both these guys are pretty textbook openers. Looks like they're both just going to play it safe and try to win in what seems to be, so far, a pretty standard game.
What's very, very characteristic of HuK is that he chrono boosts almost constantly on those probes because, again, the basis of all good StarCraft strategy involves having a very, very strong economy, but everything else is always a little bit late. We see that cybernetics core going down at 19 of 26 food instead of the more usual 18 or 17. That gateway going down at 14 food instead of the usual 13. So, again, he will have a little bit of problems with rushes, with teching fast, but he just has such a strong economy in the later parts of the game.
Well, it looks like now he's going to go ahead and get a cybernetics core, and probably not going to lay down any other tech until a stalker is out to chase away that SCV. You have to keep information away from your opponent. It's one of the most powerful things in the game, and being scouted by that SCV, definitely HuK not doing anything until it's out of there.
Yeah, as you can see, the SCV is just slightly faster than the Zealot, so really he can keep running around, scouting, getting intel. He's chrono boosting the stalker out, and as you can see, the very good timing here by Loner. He actually knew exactly when the stalker was going to pop out and leaves. And whoa, is he gonna? He's gonna go for a fast expo build. Oh, very interesting.
I love any sort of one-gate fast expand. The distances between these bases are huge, and even if they weren't, it is still very easy to defend. Again, early expansions so rewarding if you can pull them off, and all you need to know is good timing to be able to defend. And honestly, Artosis, I want to consult your expertise, as a Zerg player, but all around the Wikipedia of StarCraft. What do you think about this build Loner's doing? No second gas yet, but a lot of tech structures and this extra second barracks.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see some medevacs pop out, and perhaps an SCV.
You know, he
sneak in and see what's going on here.
If this SCV spots the expansion, he's going to go in here. He doesn't see the expansion, but he sees, wait a minute, there's not really any buildings in here. So he had to spend his money somewhere. Now, if Loner's timing and game sense is good enough, he's going to know, wait a minute, something's up here. Because, see, look, he doesn't actually see the Nexus, but he has to know, oh, gosh, that certainly is strange.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at the front of Loner's base, throwing down 2 bunkers. He scouts the main, and like you were saying, Nick, he saw no buildings. He panicked. He thought something cheesy was coming in, so he immediately throws down bunkers to defend. Big, big waste of money right there by Loner.
This is a huge blunder. Of course, this means Loner, the nerves are getting to him. His game timing sense, not quite there. He says, oh, that's strange. I see more gateways coming. And this could be very bad. You can, of course, at least sell the bunker later on. I mean, if you keep the receipt, I guess. But yeah, he can sell that, but right now he's going to be behind. Let's see if this Banshee rep does any damage.
You know, I think the first Banshee won't do anything. He's not getting cloaked, so we're definitely going to see some sort of Banshee Marine pressure while he decides to expand. But HuK, he is on top of things. He's warping in a robotics facility, and it really feels like HuK is going to pull pretty far ahead here.
The Banshee's out. Loner still unaware of the expansion, but he could do some damage here.
Oh, and I'm not so sure HuK is going to be too pleased with the placement of those warp gates. Look at blocking off his own stalkers. He does manage to repel that Banshee, and will he get it?
Ooh, the Banshee lives.
And it looks like Loner is continuing to make a medevac from that starport, is now getting an add-on at his factory, and does have a command center coming in as well.
Now, his economy is going to be quite far behind. See HuK here, he's got good probe saturation. He's still chrono-boosting probes out, which means his economy is what is taking precedence here. Now, with the Observer coming out, he's going to be able to go over, scout what Loner's doing, and a drop coming.
Drop moving out on the map. Loner, remember, he still doesn't know about this expansion.
Oh my goodness, looks like he's moving around here. Very awkward position to be in, because here are 2 stalkers already shooting at the dropship. He starts unloading too late. It's taking damage. It's 33 health. It's at 20 health. The medevac does manage to live, but here come a huge amount of reinforcements from HuK, and oh, the medevac is too far away.
Yeah, there's not going to be much that this medevac can really do here, and it does choose to run away with 3 Marines inside, and HuK successfully repels Loner's draw.
But he's not done yet. The Banshee is out right now. 5 kills. He is forcing the Stalkers to relocate. And, of course, there are the 3 lucky Marines that made it out of here still in there. So he could do a drop there. The Banshee's going to try to run away again. Loner with 10 kills, 11 kills.
Oh, see you later, Banshee. And that is going to really put a damper on all the aggression of Loner. But he does have an expansion up, but he did not scout this pylon right next to his expansion.
Now, with that pylon there, he can warp in, you know, just a couple zealots here and there, run down, kill some mules. But look at this, 3 Marines being dropped down when the stalkers are in place. More probes going down, and it's a good harassment by Loner, but still, HuK has had this Nexus up for quite a while, and Loner is playing catch-up right now.
Now, take a look at this here. If you guys are unfamiliar with StarCraft 2, obviously in StarCraft 1, Terran all had building add-ons. That's a little bit of a mistake. You could connect the buildings together with the add-ons to make different unit combinations, different upgrade combinations. I cannot believe he did that.
Indeed, Loner needs to play more with Legos as a child. Yeah.
He needs to connect the barracks to the add-on. So nerves, again, getting in the way here for Loner. Meanwhile, HuK taking out the destructible rocks over here. Loner's going to have to get ready and get in defensive mode.
Now, I'm a little bit surprised that HuK wants to go ahead and break through here right now. He doesn't have a huge army, and yes, he did repel some nice harassment by Loner, but, you know, HuK is ahead, just doesn't have the units yet. His economy is what's really strong, so he should focus on, you know, emphasizing, excuse me, that lead.
The rocks are out. Also note, these aren't destructible rocks, they're destructible debris, are over here. They can be picked off, making this defensive position useless. But right now, HuK with the lead, he's got to act quickly. Loner, though, it seems to have a little bit more map control. But it's going to be pretty tough here, because here comes a big attack. I don't know if Loner's ready.
Oh, and he just got done salvaging the bunker. The Stalkers are darting in. The Zealots doing a lot of damage, and that 1 sentry with that Guardian Shield is helping to make those Zealots receive less and less damage, and it looks like there's this 1 Hellion in the main of HuK, trying to do a little bit of damage, trying to roast some probes. HuK looks like he'll be able to defend adequately, and uh-oh, here comes HuK's trademark unit. Big Colossus play incoming.
Right, the Colossus is exactly what HuK needs to make right now. He needs it to fend off the Marines and the Marauders. It does so much splash damage to them that Loner, especially in a tight map like Scrap Station, is going to have to tech up to Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings are really the only way to deal with the Colossus. The Colossus, of course, such a powerful unit, and really with such range, it's very hard to stop. You know, I got this patch idea. because I hate playing against the Colossus, I was thinking they should make his legs shorter. Because you guys notice he can like walk up hills and stuff?
I know.
It's going to be pretty tough to deal with.
It's a pretty good unit, Tasos. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and attack again. Only one Colossus in that army. And Loner with a lot of Marauders here. Point defense stroke going up. Very powerful move, but may have been shot out a little bit too early.
And this is exactly what we were talking about at the start of the game. Loner playing standard and really has had nothing but big failed attacks one after the other. And look at him. He is 20 food ahead of HuK, and at the Ghost Academy is even getting that Mobius reactor that does help those ghosts spawn with a little bit of extra energy. He is just pulling ahead purely with macro and very good timing of when to make what.
That's right, 126 supply against 110. Not a huge difference at this point in the game, but that is what Loner wants to see. You know, that expansion was so much slower than HuK's, but HuK is just sitting here making units, trying to be aggressive. He's really going to need to get a third base. You don't want to go two base against a Terran like this.
Absolutely not. The hard part for this phase of the game is trying to get an expansion. If you expand here and you have your army here to defend, they can just counterattack through here and try to take out this expansion over here. We do have Ghosts, by the way, out now. And I don't know if Loner should be engaging this, but then again, that is a sizable army.
Oh, the Sentry's going to need to plant some good force field, but no opts for the Guardian Shield. There's the point defense drone. Zealots darting forward, doing a lot of damage. Just 2 Colossi in the back, but ripping through those front lines. All the Zealots are gone. Loner sprinting forward. He sees the chance for the win, and it looks like all the Stalkers are eliminated. Goodbye, 1 Colossus, 2 Colossus fall. HuK is in a terrible position.
Yeah, that's right. HuK is looking like he may be dead here. So many Marauders and Marines are going to be able to take out all of his production facilities, and when the probes join the battle, that's when you know you're in trouble.
And there's the GG.
Wow. GG indeed. I got to go make the next game. You guys, discuss the game, please.
Well, Artosis, you first. What were your thoughts on that game? Because I was particularly weirded out by how far Loner pulled ahead after losing those early medevacs and that Banshee.
You know, I think the problem was, you know, HuK is doing this thing that a lot of StarCraft 2 pros do. They want to make a lot of units. They want to attack on 2 base over and over because it's been so successful thus far in StarCraft 2.
Absolutely.
The problem is when you get ahead, just get more ahead. Do that by taking a third base as opposed to just attacking across the map.
And I do think that a big factor that affected HuK that game is he got the Colossus a little bit too fast. It's a big power unit. It does a ton of damage, but what makes Colossus really strong is having a lot of gateway units there to reinforce. Colossus only really gets scary when you get around 4 or 5 of them. So by getting them too early, Loner just suddenly surged ahead by 20 food, did a ton of damage, and was able to take the win.
That's right. I really do like Loner's play, though. He was harassing all over the place, but never forgot his macro. That's so important in Terran versus Protoss. Sometimes we see people just micro every little thing. You know, like there's one Red Marauder, he's kiting 2 Zealots, and it's like, well, no. Let that Marauder go and go spend your money, make a lot of units, get ahead in supply, and that's exactly what Loner did all game.
Yeah, even if you do pick off those 2 Zealots, there's no use in fist pumping when your money's 2K, 15K, so got to keep that money low.
Got to keep that money low. All right.